It is Knebby with the Cajun Style Podcast. Here with my guy, of course, Doc Ellery. And we are joined by my guy, Nate, the Savage Smith.
What's happening?
Taking some time out of the day to rock with us, man. We appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys having me, man. This is a wonderful podcast itself, so I appreciate you being invited on here.
Most definitely, man. And hey, we just gonna get right into it, man. Currently, you're slated to be on the Contender series, the second week of the Contender series coming up. Mm-hmm. And how did you find out about that? What led to them reaching out to you to be on there?
Well, it's honestly, we've been waiting on this call. It was just a matter of time.
Right.
Because it's a simple fact of what I have already done, even at 25 and 35. I kind of been showcasing my skill and letting it be known, like, I am one of the most dangerous flyweights around. And I promise you can toss me your best, even your top contender, and I'll embarrass them. I'll make them look like an amateur,
Right.
Sound egotistical, but it took me a minute to get to this type of confidence.
Hey, you got to be confident.
Right. So, but within that, when we got the call, we were like, okay, that's, it's just to me, it's just another fight. It's another opportunity, another person in my way. And to showcase the skill set that I have to Dana White in front of him. Well, either whether he's there or he's not, it's just a simple fact that I am just letting me know, like, this is what I have to offer.
Man,
I'm not ordinary.
Man, you're knocking on the door of the UFC right now. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's great. I'm happy for you. You got the opportunity, man. That's what you envision when you start doing this, right? Get into the UFC. That's like the ultimate goal for fighters.
Yeah, man. Because but that's the thing. People kind of cap their own limitations when it comes to what else they can do, and I promise you that, like, there's so many things you can do, not only with this organization, other organizations that's local in the regional circuit. You can do so much within that regional circuit, trying to end up cracking into the big leagues. The UFC is like the NFL of combat sports. So within that, man, it's just kind of how everybody understands. Like, you got the ones that can make it and the ones that don't. And when the people hear the terms, there's levels. This is real. The term is levels to this is real. So that's where people kind of get things misconstrued and feel like, oh, I'm the best fighter around. There's no one can stop me. You already failing. There's always a bigger fish in the pond, my man. So either you continue to grow till you encounter that big fish, and granted, you can end up dominating that big sucker, even if you are smaller than them. But yeah, again, there's some bigger fishes. There's some people that can overwhelm you and be like, slow your roll. Slow your roll.
Right. I feel it. You got anything?
Yeah, man. I was just gonna ask him, man. I saw your last fight, bro. I was super impressed at LFA performing. Man, I had to go do more homework because when I was watching your walkout, I saw the Olympic tattoo, and when I saw the fight, I was like, I mean, clearly this other guy wasn't paying attention and didn't know that you were a wrestler, because I was like, I mean, he tried multiple times, and it was like, that was work. That was work, bro. Like, I just want to know, like, as a wrestler by trade, do you feel like you're going to use more of your wrestling or more, do you feel like you're going to use wrestling more offensively or defensively in most of your fights?
That's hard to say, because honestly, I'm lazy. I'm a scrambler, and I've always been a scrambler. Even with folk style freestyle, like, people forget that I have like a freestyle and folk style background. Like, don't get me wrong, I never won state, because I grew up wrestling the same guys, grew up wrestling with each other, so we had difficult times encountering. But I won more world titles and national titles in freestyle and Greco-Roman wrestling. Did a couple folk style national tournaments and placed in that. People forget that. And then, top that off, like, man, I have faced some of the best in the world. And some people, I even grew up watching wrestling. You know, so when it comes to the MMA aspect of things, honestly, I love to strike. Like
Right.
that, and that's the thing where, as you say, you did a little bit more research. It shows like I'd rather stand up and just trade with you. Doesn't matter within Muay Thai, kickboxing, Taekwondo, which I do have a belt in as well. So like
Nice.
people underestimate me and my ability to expand and just really think I'm just a wrestler. Oh, when he's uncomfortable, he's just gonna shoot, try to stay on top of you and ground you out. I underestimated my last opponent's wrestling aspect. That was on me. Because when he took that first shot, I was like, okay, he has some good pressure. But yet, I stuck with it. I kind of showcased my grappling skills. Like, I can also submit you. I can be putting through adversity. And my eyes was closed. I was just calm. I'm not even panicking. I'm not even freaking out. I'm actually staying calm in the matter, because once you start panicking, that's when mistakes happen. That's when you get caught. That's how you end up getting finished. You be like, man, I was a better fighter than this dude. All because you made one little simple mistake. So when it comes to the wrestling aspect, I'll wrestle when I have to. Not because I can to. Like I'd rather stand there and see where your striking is at. I'd rather outstrike you, make you uncomfortable, force you into a bad shot. Getting a bad shot, and then now we're in my world now. So now we're wrestling. Now we're gonna get into scrambling. I'm very good at scrambling. So I get in a dominant position, I recognize where I'm at, and I stop, and they freak out and try to figure out where they at. By the time they figure out where they at, I already made my transition. You know, so yeah, man. A lot of people sleep on a lot of factors. When people look past me and underestimate me, I just smile and laugh, like, okay. Like, that's how they did me coming from the inner city of Chicago. I'm like, okay, so this is what you want to do? Okay, cool. I got a surprise for you.
Yeah, man, that defensive grappling was ridiculous. Those transitions, I was like, yeah. And it's like you said, man, it's about making people uncomfortable. It was clear he shot because he was uncomfortable. And I was like, I don't know that was necessarily a good idea.
Right, man. And that's the thing, even within that fight, there was some mistakes that was made on my end, and I addressed it immediately. I was not happy with my performance. That's the funny thing. I was not happy with my performance. He should have been done in the first. That's the problem. He should have been done in the first. The fact that it dragged out to the second round irritated me. I'm like, okay, I don't care. Don't get me wrong. I can go 3 rounds. I can go 5 rounds. That's without a doubt. But it's just a simple fact. Once given the opportunity, finish. Like, there shouldn't be like no ifs, ands, buts about it. I need to finish. It should have been finished. I was too busy counter wrestling, and counter grappling with him instead of me being offensive. As soon as I start being offensive a little bit more, he start panicking. He start putting himself in bad position, which got him stretched out in the first. I was like, what was this in the first minute and 30 seconds, Nate? Like, what was going on? You know?
Right. I like it.
You know, that's how I view things, man. That's just how I see things.
Oh man, and I want to touch on the beginning of your career. Like, your amateur career started off kind of shaky. At one point, you were 5-9 in your amateur career, and then like you turned the corner, and now you've won 11 out of your last 12, and you was even able to redeem that loss in your first professional debut, or your professional debut. And so what led to you getting there, and did you feel you were on the right path? Like, when you were 5-9, like, you made the right decision to be a fighter?
Yeah, man. It took a long road, where I see a lot of amateur fighters make a mistake at, which is like, oh, I'm ready to turn pro. I'm telling you, if you're not confident in any, like in your jiu-jitsu, your striking, your wrestling, your MMA wrestling, which is entirely different, which people forget, then different circumstances upon the cage, utilizing the cage, and understanding your range, things of that nature, breaking rhythm, you're not confident in none of that, do not turn pro. And it's funny, as it states online, it was like having like, what, a 10-10 or whatever my amateur record was. I know for a fact I had over 33 fights. There's a bunch of fights that's not on there.
Okay.
So I have a very extensive amateur career, which kind of equivalent to a pro length. So it took me some time to end up getting that. And then even with my redeeming myself for my pro debut, because I wanted Jeff Molina, which is ironic that he's going to be on this card too. So, right, he only has 2 losses, and one of them to me. I'm willing to give him a second one. I really don't like that. I really don't. But at the same sense, like I wanted that because I knew for a fact, like he's one of the UFC's incoming top prospects. He has this whole crowd behind him. And I know for a fact if I didn't make that mistake when we fought for the belt for victory as an amateur, I would have won that fight. And it bothers me. So I was like, okay, I'm going to bounce back. And I came in with the meanest tear. Mean. I think since my amateur, I'm on a 8-fight winning streak, a 9-fight winning streak, coming from my last win. So, like, people would look past that. Granted, nobody cares about amateur record, but you should, if you're doing your studies and you're doing some studying on me, pay attention. If you see me coming from consistent wins since I was an amateur and then still consistent wins as a pro,
right?
You should be wary upon who I faced as an amateur. You should watch a bunch of them amateur fights that's online. And even within that, that's still not going to help because I change every fight. I grow every fight. You know, so it took me a while, man. It took me a while to get to this point where it'd be like, you have to be, the only way for you to beat me, you have to be the better man than me that day. I have no excuse. Like none. No injuries, none of that. I'm a wrestler. I don't care. I don't care what your background is. I don't care what your ranking is. I don't care who you are. I just know you're in my way. And I just now starting to get in the habit of actually watching film. I don't watch film on people. I just go out there and do my thing. Or I listen to my coaches. Like, this is what you want. This is what I want you to do. Okay, cool. So I apply that to my game plan. See if I can mix it up and hide it, blend it, be sneaky upon certain things. And it's been working. And I steady grow. And it shows that for me having only 6 fights as a pro, I'm showing a veteran type of stature. Where right. I'm patient, I'm waiting. I'm just waiting for the right clean shot. And once I get done, you know, I'm gonna hurt you. It's just that simple. When a shark smells blood, they gonna get it.
Right.
So yeah, man, it's a lot. Like I said, it took me a lot to get to that point, man. And now here I am, 6-0, soon to be 7-0. And I'm speaking that to the existence. Because I literally know for a fact that there's no one has a answer for me.
Yeah, man.
And if they do, I'll look forward to it because I don't take losses. I don't care. Like, I'm young. Like, I don't care. That's the thing. A lot of these people be so focused and wrapped around being undefeated. Again, there's a dude that might be better than you. So I feel like JP Buys think he has an answer for me, and I've seen his work. And I can't underestimate him, but I'm going to end up saying this very clearly, even on this podcast, like I even said on the past interviews. You have nothing for me. You have no answer for me. Simple. And you can take it however you want it.
And that's easy work. Get that W.
Man, he called himself the Young Savage. All right, cool.
I was about to bring that up. He think he is savage, man. Hey, you gonna have to show who the real savage is in this come August 11th.
Man, that's what the UFC been pushing. Ain't like the battle of the savages, and I'm like, nah, bro. It's literally a cub to a lion. That's exactly what it is right now. I go in the cage and I go by Nate the Savage Smith, but outside to these fighters, I'm King Savage, and you better respect me as much because I am royalty. You don't get it twisted.
I like it.
There you go.
I like it,
man. I like the fact that, man, it seems like you have a more so I hate to lose attitude than I just have to win. It's like you're like it don't matter. I'm not gonna let you beat me. Like that's man. It's like
a mental thing, man.
And that's the thing about. I mean, you're still very young. I could tell from all of the amateur experience. It's like clearly like you came in with a base that was, I mean, okay, cool junior Olympic wrestler. That's a great base to have. I mean, clearly wrestling is probably one of the most important things that you can have in MMA. But it's like my guy said, through that first stint as an amateur, it's like you learn and you grow. And it's like, okay, I learned from that fight, learn this from that fight, learn how to defend this strike, this takedown, this everything. Like, and I mean, at the end of the day, your arsenal ends up getting so vast that it's like now, I mean, there's nothing. I mean, it's clear as day. You could tell. It feels like there's nothing anybody can do to beat you.
Yeah, and you know, what's funny is when I made the transition, leaving Factory X to join my uncle Carrington Banks and Justin Gaethje and Drew Dober over they asked me, do you think it's a formula to beat you? I was like, I asked myself, if I don't do it, someone else is. And I'd rather for me to figure out that somebody else, so I can change it, make some adjustments, and be like, try that. I play chess, not
checkers. Really.
So yeah, man, with this COVID-19 pandemic that's been going on, it's been affecting everybody. Just in being able to get things done on a daily basis. Like, how has that affected your ability to train at a maximum level, and are you still even able to spar?
Good. How are you doing? I am. This pandemic, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say it didn't affect me.
Okay. Seem like a pro.
Yeah, something pros.
The COVID-19 pandemic, it has impacted a lot of people in terms of them being able to do the things on a daily basis. How difficult has it been for you to train? And like, have you been able to spar
during the time of this pandemic? Hello?
There you go.
Man. There we go. Like,
yeah, there you go.
I see you, brother. Yeah. I'll say it froze on both of y'all. It made sense. Yeah. I was like, yeah, about the pandemic. Man, we just having technical difficulties over here.
Hey,
but look, I'll take it as a sign they don't want to hear the truth.
Maybe it's
that's all.
That COVID that's all. Maybe it's that COVID question. I'm gonna leave that one out. They like, hey, we don't want to hear.
They don't want us to be great. They ain't trying to hear it.
Yeah, they ain't rocking with COVID. My bad, guys. My bad.
Yeah, right. But during this entire time, I got together with a couple of my teammates that ended up doing some strength and conditioning. For me being a wrestler itself, obviously I can do my own personal training from what I did as a wrestler, you know. But I'm not gonna sit here and do it. The only thing, a positive thing that came out of it was the simple fact of me gaining a little bit more muscle. I gained a little bit during the time of the pandemic, so it's put a little fear on my coaches. You know, going to see if it's going to make it a little bit harder for me to lose this weight. But honestly, it's not. Like, honestly, I feel great. I've been making sure I've been maintaining my weight even time this pandemic. Was like a quarter percent when it comes to training during the time of this pandemic. But now, since I got everything in rotation, everything is 100% going, and I'm hitting it hard. Like, there was a few weeks I was getting my ass beat. Sorry, excuse my language. Getting beat on for a few weeks, just end up getting back into it. And as you I'm a competitor, so I don't like getting beat on. that's something that I don't think nobody likes to get beat on. If they do, they got a mental issue. And But at the same sense, man, like this pandemic was a curse and a blessing in disguise, because it also been showing since the UFC, since now getting back rolling, getting back into full motion. It shows the simple fact that not only even some of their top competitors cannot prepare themselves within like a month's time or a few weeks' time, as they so claim they did beforehand. Now the crowd is taken away. Everything's weird, so you don't have no hype to end up living off of while you're in that cage and making it seem like you're winning the fight when you're totally losing the fight. Yeah. So a lot of people getting exposed with this matter. I'm gonna take advantage of it, you know. So, like I said, this pandemic was a cursing and a blessing.
Yeah, man.
I feel it. So, let me see. Yeah. So when you're coming out, how are you deciding your intro music? And have you decided your intro music for August 11th?
Here's the funny thing. August 11th, they just, there's no music. Like, it's just no sound. They won't let you pick no music. I'm okay with that. Like, I already listened to my music before I came out there, so that's just, this is booming in my head. And then once I'm in the cage, it's just everything goes blank, and I don't hear two people that really matters to me. So everything else, I'm already in my zone, which I feel like it's an advantage to me personally. But when it comes to picking out my songs, sometimes I pick out my songs, and sometimes like my striking coaches does. Like one of my striking coaches back in Omaha, Nebraska, Danny Molina. Me and Anthony Smith have been, dealing with each other since I was, a teenager, So he Return of the Mac. Return of the Mac. Because I have an old soul. Right. I have an old soul. Because I be dancing to music. I have an old soul. I'm like, it's because my grandfather, may God rest his soul, him, my grandmother, we always played some old school music in my house. I'm a 90s baby. You feel me? So within that, I came out to like my victory championship fight. Came out to Return of the Mac. Even again when I faced Jeff Molina again on the pro circuit, I came out to Return of the Mac. And it's funky, man. You feel me? I like setting different standards and being different. I don't like to follow and see how everybody else, they want to do this and do that, and they play music that doesn't make any sense or attachment to them. And if it does, like, please explain it, because that song ain't adding up for me. Like, my theme, like literally my national theme for me personally is J. Cole Middle World. Because everybody's been counting me out, and I've just been sitting here loading up my clips, and I've been writing down names, and I'm making a list. And I've been hitting every single last one of them, and now they actually starting to pay attention. And if they aren't, cool. It's okay. I got something for you. You're going to have to see me eventually.
Man.
Hey, Nate. Oh, yeah, your picture's coming in now. For sure. Got it. Got any questions, Doc?
Oh, man, I'm good. I'm just hoping my phone don't die. I'm super hyped for this fight, bro. Super hyped for this fight.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you for having me. And I also want to end up saying, like, you guys can continue to keep up with me on my social media platforms. My Instagram, The Savage King 125. My Twitter handle, Nate the Savage S1. Or you can just plain look me up on Facebook itself, where not only I'm sharing my media content upon my training and my preparation for this fight, also utilizing my platform for the Black Lives Matter movement, because I'm really about that.
There we go. Yeah.
I see you up there, my G. See you on the steps with the poster. I think that was like a couple weeks back. Protesting, speaking to anybody that was going to give you their ears. So yeah, man, props to you for doing that.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Like, I've been leading. I went out to just march, and then next thing you know, I'm leading the protest. I didn't choose to become a black activist. It chose me. You feel me? So
right,
it's within that factor of knowing that we're tired, and for me being black and brown, like this is this is it. Like, either somebody gonna speak. If you can't speak, I'll speak for you. And I say that entirely. And I'm gonna utilize my platform to end up letting it be known. Everybody has bag eggs in each race. That's what everybody failed to realize. People be trying to take advantage of stuff, but we need to hold people accountable. You want successful things to happen? Start holding people accountable to their actions. If they tossing rocks, antagonizing the cops, stop it. But we damn sure ain't gonna allow the cops to come touch us. Period. And if they do, we're gonna make sure they don't touch another human being. That's just how I live by. I'm not so nice as my brothers and sisters. I'm by any means. I'm tired of turning the other cheek. That's it. What I said.
I feel it. This dude then froze over here now.
Right, you see the smile on his face. I like it. Oh, that is awesome.
Hey, that's the perfect one to freeze on, right, man. Well, yeah, Nate, man, I appreciate you rocking with us, man, and giving us your time, answering our questions, allowing us to become better. Like, we're doing this in this game, and plan to do this more often, and for you to be able to allow us to do this is great, man. So appreciate it. Good luck on your fight, but you don't need luck, because luck is for the mediocre, as they say. So, hey, man, gonna be looking forward to following you in your career. Hopefully that's in the UFC, and if not, hey, man, it is what it is. But I'm predicting we'll be seeing you at the next level in the UFC. So
I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I'm gonna let you get to your family, my man. Enjoy them, and enjoy the rest of your day.
I appreciate you. You too. Both of you guys end up having a wonderful day, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Peace.
Peace.